USCIS Director Ur Jaddou recently conducted a live stream discussing some of the upcoming changes the agency will make to reduce the current backlog of 9.5 million applications. The agency also recently announced that they have officially extended premium processing and plan to make it available to even more types of applications in the future. These actions are in addition to other improvements we've recently discussed on my channel, such as the increase of the automatic extension period for EADs and the release of their new processing time tool. So let's take a look at everything USCIS is doing to fix the case backlog, as well as what they have planned for the coming months. Before we do, if this is your first time on my channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications for regular immigration news updates. And if you would like to get my help on your case, call our office to schedule an evaluation at 212-248-7907. Unlike the NVC visa interview backlog, the USCIS case backlog has been a growing problem since before COVID-19 even began. At the end of fiscal year 2013, USCIS already had 3 million pending applications, and that number increased to 6.1 million by September 2020. Part of the reason for this increase was budget constraints. USCIS has not raised its fees since 2016, and Congress has mandated that the costs of adjudicating immigration applications be funded directly by applicants' fees. This means that USCIS is largely a self-funded agency. Trump administration policies also contributed to the backlog by making application forms longer, requiring more in-person interviews, requesting more evidence, and scrutinizing renewal applications. Then when the pandemic hit, the government services closed down in 2020, and the backlog surged from 6.1 million to 9.5 million applications as of February 2022. In response to the ballooning backlog, USCIS has been implementing a series of changes to reduce the amount of time it takes to adjudicate immigration cases. One of those was waiving in-person interviews for H1, H3, H4, L, O, P, Q, F, M, and J visas through the end of 2022. They also indefinitely waived the interview for renewals of any visa type within 48 months of expiration. Earlier this year, USCIS also announced the establishment of cycle time goals, which reflect how many months worth of pending cases for a particular form are awaiting a decision. They are using these internally to ensure their team is adjudicating cases quickly enough to stay ahead of the backlog. And in an effort to be more transparent about their progress, USCIS recently released their new case processing time tool, which now reflects how long it takes them to complete 80% of each case type over the past 6 months. And for work authorizations, the agency published a temporary final rule that increases the automatic extension period for EADs by a full year, from 180 days to 540 days. This went into effect May 4th and is set to last until the end of 2023. In a recent live stream, USCIS Director Ur Jaddou announced some of the results of their efforts to fix the backlog, as well as additional changes the agency is making in the coming months. Over the past 2 years, they have managed to reuse biometrics for 2.5 million applicants, which reduced the number of pending biometric appointments from 1.4 million in January 2021 to 7,000 in May of 2022. They also eliminated the backlog of cases that were waiting for intake processing, which was more than 1 million in January of 2021. Going forward, they are not only going to expand premium processing for certain I-140 applications, which just went into effect on June 1st, but also further expand premium processing to various other forms. These include Form I-539, application to extend or change non-immigrant status, and Form I-765, applications for employment authorization. This will provide relief to spouses and relatives of H-1B, TN, and L-1 workers whose derivative applications have been experiencing delays even after the principal beneficiary's application was approved. Ms. Jaddou also mentioned that Congress has appropriated $275 million for USCIS in fiscal year 2022 and expects to receive additional funding in 2023 to address the 4,400 job vacancies that need to be filled if they are going to fix the backlog. What do you think? Will USCIS be successful in reducing the 9.5 million outstanding applications by the end of next year? Leave me a comment and let me know. And if you want to watch some of my other videos that go more in depth into each of the actions being taken by USCIS, I'll include links to those videos here. I'll also continue to bring you immigration news as it's available, so be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications if you haven't done so yet. Click here to watch this video next, and I'll see you there.